You can never tell how your actions will impact the lives of those next to you. Today I want to share with you an experience that I had when I was a student. I was starting my first year at the University of Boya in physics, right? And why am I telling you this story? Because at NMD we are starting a series called Ask NMD, where we open a Google form for anyone to ask us any questions they may have on space science and technology and space missions and satellite systems engineering. We will invite guests to discuss these questions with them, and we will invite our guests to share personal experiences about their journey. And the hope is to impact the lives of the young people who consider space as a career path, or those who might find some level of inspiration in these stories and experiences. The story I want to share with you today is the story of a young Ifriky arriving in the town of Boya to start first year physics. When I arrived, there was this star, there was a star from the final year of the past promotion. And this star was a guy who had accomplished something quite interesting. He had achieved the top GPA for, I think, the entire department of physics. I may be wrong, but perhaps he was also the top achieving student in the university, but I could be wrong. Right? Be that as it may, this guy was the talk of the town. And being a freshman in physics, I was like, wow, I would really like to achieve this kind of result. But I couldn't imagine, talking to the guy. So one day, heading home, I remember very well, I took the entrance to Malingo Street. For those who know Malingo, who know a little bit of Moliko in Boya, there is the tarred, well, back in the day there was the tarred side and the untarred side. I don't know if it is still the case today, but as I started going down Malingo tarred, I looked ahead, and who did I see? I saw him. Young Ntam at the time. He may not remember this story, but I hope when he watches this video, maybe he recalls the conversation we had, because as he moved closer to me, I could feel my heart pound. I was like, that is Ntam, right? And I thought to myself, I have to talk to him. I have to find out how he did it. And he was approaching, and I was getting more and more anxious. And finally he got to my level, and I said, "Excuse me, sir, are you Mr. Ntam?" He said, "Yes." I said, I'm very honored to talk to you. I'm a freshman in physics, and I heard everything about your achievements, and congratulations. I really want to know if I'm not disturbing, if maybe you have one minute or so that I at least get a chance to ask you how you did it. He looked at me and he smiled, and he said, "Yeah, sure. Tell me, what do you want to know?" I said, "Well, actually, I don't know what to ask. I just want to know how to achieve this, because, like I said, I'm a freshman in physics, and I would like to have this kind of score when I finish in physics, and finish in time, and with, be a top achiever." He said to me something that stayed with me until today. He said, "Well, all I can say, I will start with the standard work hard, because it's quite some work, to complete physics degree, bachelor's degree in physics. So work hard. Then be careful about what people say. People are going to tell you all sorts of things about lecturers, about courses, about how much time it takes to complete a bachelor's degree in physics. Be very careful. Make sure that you give yourself the time to attend lectures for 1 month and 2 months and make your own personal opinion about lecturers that has nothing to do with whatever anyone may have said. Convince yourself that it's possible. You've seen me do it, so you know someone else can do it. You need to convince yourself that you can do it, and there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to do it, but don't get your mind polluted by opinions of others. That was a key thing he said to me. Then he said, there are more churches in Moliko than there are health centers. I don't know what you believe in, but whatever it is, stick to it, because this is one of the surest ways to lose your path here in Buea. So that stayed in my mind, and I did just that. Those two things, I did just that. And lo and behold, when I went as I was moving forward, in the first semester of the first year, indeed, there were so many people who came to me and said, so you're doing physics? I said, yes, you complete this degree in 5-6 years. And I thought back at what he said to me, and I said, people complete it in 3 years. And I managed to convince a few people, but most important, I convinced myself that I will not spend more time than that. I convinced myself that each lecturer was actually not the devil as painted. They were not out to get me, right? And that I could indeed pass my courses. So I passed. I completed my course in 3 years and carried on, from physics to engineering to material sciences, satellite systems engineering, a few space missions in. Today I founded Nanosatellite Missions Design. Today I'm Dr. Ifriky TADADJEU. Today I'm many things, and I don't think that today Professor Ntam Moses imagined that little boy he was talking to some time back in 2003 or 2004 would come back today and make such a video to say thank you. Thank you for saying these things to me. Thank you for everything you do for young people. Thank you for giving me these keys, right, that put me in a position today to open the doors to others and start a series like the one that I'm starting now in my company, to attempt to provide answers to as many as possible, to invite guests to share experiences, hoping that it will impact one way or the other some young person also trying to achieve. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my story. I hope you are listening to this, Professor Ntam Moses, and I want to say thank you. And I open this series with a word of gratitude, a very special word of gratitude to you. Thanks everyone for watching this video. I hope you will follow the link in the description, share it for as many as possible, to ask as many questions as possible. On our side at NMD, we will find as many guests as possible to answer the questions and share as many experiences as we can with you. Thank you. Bye-bye.